Hello, third graders. So, for science, you have been reading about droughts, and I thought I'd give you a little presentation on droughts and then an experiment to go along with it. So, a drought is a prolonged period of abnormally low rainfall that leads to a shortage of water. So, this means it's not normally like this. We get rain on a pretty regular basis. A prolonged period of abnormally low rainfall, that's a long time that they're not getting the correct or normal amount of rainfall. Okay, so that's what decides if it's a drought or not. And it leads to a shortage of water. So here is a map of the United States. It is actually from March 24th, 2020. And as you can see, there's a couple different colors involved. My first question to you is, what do the different colors mean? What is the tan? What's the orange mean? What's the yellow mean? What about the red? And then you can kind of see little speckles all around, but what's the blue and green then? All those things are questions that I want you to consider, and what could it mean? You don't need to do that.
Please pause the video so you can answer the question.
So these are some pictures of droughts. As you can see, this is a farm field with corn. And you can see it looks really brown. The earth looks like it's pretty dry. The plants do not look healthy. They're brown. There's a little bit of green, but most of it's brown. If you look at this picture over here, now this one was edited, so the colors are not exactly like this, but notice the cracks in the ground. Notice the different colors as you move your eyes further along the photo. I wonder what all that means. Here's two more pictures. I really enjoyed this one because it got to show you how deep some of these cracks are. Now, the cracks could be deeper than this, but for example, they look like this. There is a single plant right here, and I'm kind of wondering what caused that one to be there, but nothing else. And your final question, focusing on this picture, you can see cracks, you can see some water, you can see a line of what could possibly be mud. I'm not sure. But your question is, if there is water, why is the ground still so cracked?
Please answer the question now.
We are going to be looking at an experiment involving beans. So over here, I have up a experiment. Now each of these little glass containers holds exactly 15 dried beans. And we are going to see if these beans, which represent that cracked ground that I showed you, because there is no liquid, there is no water, we are going to see if we add different amounts of water, if that changes how these beans or the land would absorb or take in that water. So in this first glass cup, I have it labeled, there will be no water. This is going to be our control. In this second glass cup, we are going to have 1/4 or 1/4 teaspoon of water. Now, taking from the same cup of water, exactly 1/4 of a teaspoon. The next one is 1 teaspoon of water. Get the correct measuring spoon. Exactly the amount of water. And the final one is 2 tablespoons of water. Now, the reason I chose such different amounts of water for each one is to see if it makes a difference. What is going to happen to the beans, I'm not really sure. So we are going to check back in later to see what has changed about the beans.